So we'll start in 3 minutes. Classroom 3.
And then the Wi-Fi password.
Use the Wi-Fi password. Okay. So please do. Okay, so I think we will not wait further, so we have to start. So everyone can see me. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Today the workshop is intro to ReactJS. So it's a very basic introduction to React. So I will mainly, usually how my workshop done is I will prepare a website and then we'll just go through the website. So even so, there's all the code that we are going to do today is in the website. So you no need to worry if you miss out anything. Even that is so, but I still prefer that you really code instead of copy paste because yeah, like I think programming is a thing that you read, you think you understand, but actually the time you want to write, then you suddenly forget. So it's only via when you write, you have the muscle memory, then only it start make sense to you. So yeah, so everything is there, so no worry, but still code. So this is the website. You should open this. So I'll go through this website, and then so if anything you miss out, then you can just refer back. So it's intro -to -js V2 not verify.com. Okay. So we will start now. First is some introduction. So my name is Malcolm. So a lot of people will say I'm Malcolm in the middle. But if you think Malcolm is very hard to pronounce, you can just people call me MK as well. Okay. So I'm mainly a front-end developer. Means I write HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and now my work is mainly of writing ReactJS. I write React for 2 years. So that's my background. So I'm not some big shot that you can tell your friend about. So today, what we'll cover for this workshop, we'll cover the core API of React, and then we'll go through some main use case like in the React app, how you make API call, how you do testing, how you do code splitting. Okay, and then React last month they just released a new version, new features called Hook, which I think is easier to explain and easier to understand. So today we will go through Hook. So then for those that have some experience in React, you may heard about class component. Those at the time my previous workshop also heard about class component. Today I will not cover it. Yeah, because it's easier to explain Hook. So for this workshop, as I say, I want you to code as we go along. And then second thing is, once in a while, I will ask you to do something a bit awkward, which is talk to the guy next to you. So for those sitting alone, yeah, you may want to like sit on the same row. Yeah, which means there's two tables. Yeah, it would be a bit awkward, but actually I find this actually very beneficial while in learning is when I attend other people's workshop. You just tell the person next to you how you feel so far, or what you learned, or what surprised you. And then if you have any question, because a lot of time, as a teacher, I'll ask you, do you have any question? Then everyone keep quiet. But when you talk to the next guy, actually, you may realize actually both of you have the same question in your mind. So yeah, I would love you to do that. So let's get started. So we'll start writing React. So all of you have installed Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so you can now open Visual Studio Code. So what I want you to do is you just click open folder and you go to anywhere in your computer, create a empty folder called temp or whatever, and then you just open it. So we'll start learning React by just writing HTML and JavaScript. Yeah, because I think this is the best way to learn React, like without tooling first, and then later we'll introduce tooling, and then we start, then it will make more sense later. So we'll create a file called index.html. Okay, this is a part, I think this is for the whole workshop, this is a part only that I want you to copy code. Just copy the whole HTML. Nobody want to learn about HTML now.
and then you just open it in your browser. You open the file in your browser. You can right-click open with Chrome or Firefox, up to you. So you open the browser like this. Anyone having issue? No, right? Anyone? No. Sorry?
You download the editor. You downloading the editor, is it? If you use other editors, fine. If you have other editors, use other editors.
Okay. So everyone with your browser open, you press F12. F12. And then this should be what you see. If you use Firefox, it should still work. So this is what you see. If it doesn't work for you, you right click, then click inspect.
It's about 4 months. This is like from 7 years. 7 years extension. What's the money? Robot. Extension, the robot extension, right? Oh. Just you have a list. Can read list. This is wherever you had information.
Okay, so if you are first time seeing this thing in your browser, if you are new to web development, this will be something new to you. Okay, this is called DevTools. So it's the way we check what is in our website. So these are all the HTML file, all the HTML you have written. So it's exactly this. Okay, so it's exactly this. Let me zoom in a bit. So what is in here? Most of the stuff you don't need to care about. This line is actually the CSS that I've written. If you don't know what is CSS, you're in the wrong class actually. Then here is just a div with a text not rendered, nothing else. And then what is this tool? So Unpackage actually is a website that you can load any libraries. Okay, so in here we are loading React. We are loading React version 16.7, and then this development version. So they have production version as well. So this is the way you can easily play around with the library in a browser. So if you take this, right, you go to a browser, okay, see, actually what you see is this is the actual React code. Okay, but we are not going to learn about React, what is the code inside React. We'll just learn how to use it. So now in my browser here, now I have React AD. So if you in the console, at the top here you can see console. So if you click console, this is a place what we call JavaScript console, in which you can just type any JavaScript here and it will run. So after I include just now the two React and React DOM. In my browser, actually, I have a two variable. One is called React. Can you see? It's a bit small. So now I have two variables. One is called React. One is called React DOM. Okay, which is what we are going to learn around. Okay, so React. Today we'll learn about ReactJS. So what is relationship between React, ReactJS, and if you read a lot of news, you have heard about React Native. So all these are different packages. So React is the one that we use to create components. Later I will show you how to create components. And then React DOM is the one that will take your React component and show it in a browser. Hello. So what is React component? So it's very simple. React component is just a function. So now I will define a function called add. Okay. So it will return a React create component, and then so now this add is a React component. So what is React component? React component is simply a function that will return React elements. So React create element actually is create all those elements in the DOM, and then React component is a function that will return an element. So, but if you save this and you refresh, it's still nothing. Because why? Because now we are just declaring a function, we are doing nothing. So how do we show this something inside our browser? Is we need to use React DOM. So React DOM render. If this is not making sense to you, it's fine. I'll explain slowly, and you will understand it slowly. Get element by ID. Okay, now you see something here. Previously, before I write this code, this is not render, right? Now it becomes something. So where does something come from? Something comes from here. Okay, now let us look at the browser, look at the body again. So now we have a div, ID root, and then here inside we have a div with a string something. Okay, so previously initially when our page load inside the root is a not render text. Okay, then here when we do React DOM render, what we're doing here is we create an add element and then we place it in the root div. So document.getElementById is we were getting this. Okay, and then React DOM render actually it will take the app component and then it will say, okay, put this element inside the root ID. So this is React create element. So React create element it is a function. So it have three parameters. First one is what is your tag. So now I want a div tag. That's why I put div. If I change it to span, I get a span. Okay. Second parameter actually is what we call the properties. So what properties you want to pass to this element? For example, I can add an ID. Malcolm. Okay. And then we refresh. So you can see span with an ID, welcome. Okay, so this is the second properties. The third properties is called children, which means what is inside your element. So now we have a span with an ID welcome. Inside I want to text something. So then we have to text something. So actually you can actually nest React element. So the third parameter actually you can create React element. Then I want a span with kids. So now you have a span with an ID Malcolm, span with an ID Malcolm, and then inside it you create another span with the text kids. You create a span with your kids. Okay? So now this is a React component. It's pretty stupid, right? It just render a span with your kids. So now we want to enhance our React component. So in React, you want to give input to a component, you call it props. So now we have a props, and then so we'll call it here, we'll put it props ID. ID. Okay, you see, here now I have a span ID Superman, right? Then kids. So span and kids is here, but inside my app component, actually I doesn't see Superman. So where does Superman come from? The Superman comes from the here. Okay. So when you React create element, the second parameter, just like I said, is a props. So when you pass a props to a span, right, it will become the attribute of it. But if you pass it to another React component, this thing, it will become the props. Which means, right, this thing, when it called to React, you will place it here. And then, because this is a props, so this props ID, this one will be replaced with Superman. Okay, so this is React props. Means React props is a input to a React component. You pass a prop to it, and then you control behavior. Because previously here we hard code, right? We hard code to Malcolm. So whatever you pass to this app component, it is always showing Malcolm. You here pass like anything, it's still showing Malcolm. Why? Because you are not getting anything from your function inputs. So now when we put it here, then it will just follow what we pass to it. Okay. Now, you may think of why we need to write so many code just to create a div, create a span with an ID, and inside there's a span, then it's a kids. Then what is the point of React? I can just write HTML, right? So the thing about front-end framework about React and Vue is that they will help you to figure out what to change later. So what am I mean? Because now when our app, we pass down this ID, right? When we change to different ID, so how our how our HTML looks like. For example, my ID changed to SDF to Superman, then this should become Superman as well, right? But the thing is, if you do it usually by yourself, right? There's two ways you can do. Is you have to figure out exactly where you want to change. Like, okay, I want to change the ID. So I need to go to ID and update the ID. But the good thing about React is you don't need to worry about that. Because you just give a whole component and React, it will try to figure out currently what is your HTML looks like and what your HTML you want it to be, and you figure out the minimum required change. So let's do it. Let's do it directly here. So here we pass down SDF. That's why now our DOM is SDF. Yeah. Okay. Just too small. Okay. So now when I call this again, React DOM render React create element ID. I just copy paste the code here into my DevTools, and then now I type Superman. So pay attention to here. When I enter, so it will just update the Superman there. Yeah, so this is what React is about. It will try to compare what is your previous HTML and what you want, and then it will just update the specific section that you want. That's why they call like React is very fast. Because if you do it by yourself, you either write very tedious code, like go to figure out which section you want to update, or what you usually do is you remove the whole HTML and append again, which is very slow. Yeah, React, it will just update only the required section. So the whole process have a technical name. It's called reconciliation. It's called reconciliation. Reconciliation is like compare the previous one and the current one, and then it will update the specific section. That's why, so all this reconciliation is happen in a React DOM. Because as I said just now, what is the use of React? React is just create element. So it will create element, and then React DOM is the one that will figure out what to change, and then it will change it. Same goes to React Native, all those. They all work the same way. React, you will define what the element looks like, what you want. You want a div, you have span, you have a content, what's your content. And then the one that really doing the comparison and do appending is React DOM or React Native. So now our code is pretty stupid. Now then we will enhance to change it to something else. Okay. Ignore the error for now. The one later we'll solve later. So now this looks suddenly become very pretty because I write my CSS. So but before we now let's look at our app component here. We create a div, okay, and then inside the div, this div we don't want any attribute, and then this is our children, okay. Now look at our HTML here. We have a div, okay, without any attribute, and then these are our children, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the first one is a div with a class name title bar. So the first one is a class name title bar. Okay. And then we have H1 and React Movie app. H1 and React Movie app. Our second element is another React component. Okay, it's another React component. So it means it's another function. So when React see, okay, this is another function, then we will call it. We'll call the function and see what it returns. So it will call movie, and movie say, I will give you a div with a class name movie container. That's why you can see you have a div, you have class name movie container. And then inside, then you have H1, you have H2. You have H1, you have H2. So this is like how React component we break it down. So we have an app, and then we can break down to a smaller component, which is called movie. Okay, so app, you doesn't know how inside the movie, how it looks like. So React will call the movie, and then it will get what it actually want to render, and then it will produce everything, and then it will put in the HTML. Okay. So what is class name? So in our HTML, you can see class, right? Hello, Alia. It's okay. So we have a class here. Yeah, but class is a special keyword in JavaScript. That's why they don't use class in React. So they call it class name. So when class name, it will become a class in the HTML. Yeah, this is a special case. Most of the time, it's the same one. Like just now we use ID, then it become ID. Okay, so now anyone don't know what is this? Do you know what is this? This is a function, right? This is also a function. Okay, so this is a new JavaScript syntax. Okay, so before this, we will use function and then we'll return something. Okay, when you use this special syntax, it will auto return for you. Yeah, because programmers are lazy, so they're lazy to type the return, so they invent this. So actually, this one and this is the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, just different syntax. But why I want to introduce it to confuse you? Because in React, people write like that. Yeah, if I don't show you later, you see other people's code, you don't understand. Yeah, so this is called arrow function because there's an arrow. Okay. Okay, but now you look at our movie is all showing Aquaman, right? So this movie component is pretty stupid. It just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. But in actual word, our component usually you have a dynamic content. So for example, I don't want to show Aquaman. I want to show Superman and X-Men, right? So just now I show you like how do you give dynamic inputs to a component. Very quiet. Yeah. What do you call input to a React component? Sorry? No. A React component. A React component is a function, right? So you need to give some input to this React component. What do you call the input? Props. It's called props. Yeah. So usually the React component will start with a single parameter called props. So now because this two part is the one we want to change, so we'll call it props title, and then here we'll call it props release date. So now my movie accept input, which means here I need to give it input, right? So I will give it title Aquaman release date something. Okay, I will lazy and copy. So Superman, X-Men. Yeah, so now my movie component is displaying different content. Because now my movie, it will take the input and display different stuff here. So when I give it different input, then it will show different output. Okay, so you can write what I have written so far. Now, I'll give you some time, maybe 5 minutes. Ten minutes. Yeah.
Which part do you think you actually for this day can put it as a like you guys put it as a straight line, not as like a date period. Oh no, this is just to like print the like date straight line.
Because you can put it in as a data object, but it depends on at the end of the day, right? Your component how it will give to that. Because now hash2, okay, this is hash2 is a HTML, and then you pass it to it. So which means this is your children. So if you pass the children to it and it's not a string, it's not boolean, then they will throw error to you. It cannot render a HTML.
So it's a string.
String is fine. String is okay. I think you give it undefined boolean, drag will just not show anything. But if you give it object, then drag will throw error.
Now this extension from myself. What's your extension?
Yeah, already here. I'm not using it.
Already. Oh yeah.
I don't use it.
Much more convenient though, so you don't have to keep refreshing it.
Yeah.
You pass the browser. So you have to get props or something. That has a match up. And props or game is a game. So you have to set this up first. And then pass the props. You want to just copy this one. You have to put it like right below that one. Just copy it. Yeah. If you understand how fast props then you do this. So the whole thing.
How you just get the photo.
Yeah. No, I mean, I manually type in the name these days.
Actually, I switch. Because I think you have okay. Basically, switch it. These two are my favorite. just and so the switch.
So this use my here. Is your photo safe? Is it formatted and safe? No, because you have to put it format and safe. Yes, you can't do that as really is the only thing we have always separate that brackets. Yes, there is. I don't know why you use brackets from.
Okay, just now what I show you is not the way I usually write React. Yeah, it's just to show you actually what is React doing, what is React doing. So next we are going to have a proper project set up for React. So we'll use tools called React. So how to use it? We need to use command line. So if this is first time you use, you may be scared, but nothing to scare. So you need to open a command line in your Windows. So if you never open, you just press your Windows key and then you type CMD. You ask the guy next to you. So this is command line. Very small. It's okay. Control plus hooks. Okay. Yeah. So this is command line. So you click dir, it will list down what is in your folder. And you use cd, it's called change directory. It's how you change folder. So now I want to change to a folder called document. Okay. And then I press dir, then this is what is inside my document folder. And then I can make a folder, use mkdir, let's say call React. So now you can see my React folder is there. So I can go to a React folder. So now I'm in my React folder now. I hope nobody is lost here, or at least you can ask the guy next to you. So first, I want to make sure you install Node.js and npm. So you type node-v and npm-v. You should see what I see now. No need worry about what these two commands is doing. It's just checking your version. I want to make sure you install the software. Yeah, I want to make sure you install Node.js and npm. Anyone having problem? No, then I'll proceed already. So you go to the place you want to create your React project, and then you type npx create React app React movie app. Okay. If you cannot see what I type, you can see here. It's in here. React movie app. Okay.
How big is about here? These are 200 here. I mean, this one is not very big. It would be a really nice to see. No one is like 200. Yeah. Because I used to see that already. If you want to download from my install again, if you want, but you have to switch Wi-Fi. Something included. Only general difference. This is what Hussein used to do.
For me, I think
It's the internet guy.
No, I think it's just because the big package they usually perform. Like where it's only you can perform.
I think if you are stuck, maybe it's an internet speed problem because this is a big package.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm using my password.
what's your password?
Wow, so you told them just make sure you should switch back to your password. I have that whole week, so
No, I have. Which one is usually take?
yeah, hosted. But my one is like, so my dad is like, you do it for the time. So I have to pay him.
Okay, I think this is my problem. I shouldn't ask you to install this package because it's too slow. But I will show you in the meantime. If you can use hotspot, then use hotspot, it will be faster. So if you're running, right, you just Control C to kill it, and then you connect to a hotspot, and then you run npx create again. Yeah, Control C will kill it. So just to show you, just now I'm in this folder, document React, and then I run my npx create React movie app. So it will create a folder React movie app. Okay. So these are all the things that it creates. So inside here, I just go to my React movie app, and then I will open my folder. So these are all the things it creates. So you will create a public folder and your source folder. So what are these folders for? So I'll explain one by one. So package.json is in our front-end development is a way you state in what is required for this project. So here it will state this project name is React Movie App, and then what is this version? Okay, what are the dependency? What is dependency? Dependency is the library that your project needs. So here it will help us to install React DOM, and React scripts. Okay, and then these are the scripts that we can run. So later I will show you how to run it. So this is a package.json and source. What is source? Source is your source code, which all your code. So if you click here, then you can see something almost similar to what we did. We have React DOM render. Okay. Then document get element by ID. And then here we also have an app. So this is its app. Okay. So this thing that looks like HTML is called JSX. I'll explain later. And then public folder is what is the final result. So just now we create index.html. Here it also create index.html. So it also have this div ID root. Okay, just like what we did. So now go back to the command. It says you can run this start. Okay, ignore the yarn is npm start. So let me run npm start. So what is this npm start? You go back to our package.json. Here we have a start, right? We have a start. So this means when you run this, you will run this script. Okay. So what this script does actually, you will start a server. You will start a server and you will serve your contents. So we wait a minute because it's slow for the first time. Okay. So it says you can now view your React movie app in the browser. So now this is our React application. Now we will do the same thing as what we did before. Now you see we have a div ID root, okay? And then inside we have a div with a class app. So now go back to our code. Now we React DOM render. Just now we also have React DOM render, right? Now we also have React DOM render. But now here we have an app. So inside this app, we have a class name app, then you have an app header. So you have a class name app, then you have an app header. Yeah, you can actually do a pretty one-to-one mapping between this and this. Yeah, it's just like what we did just now. Before this, we used React create element. Now what it does is it will just use this special like HTML like, which is exactly look like this. Okay. So now here is a lot of stuff. I'm going to remove it. We'll go back to here. So this now just create a React project. But this is not our what we have before here. Before here we is a React movie app, right? So now I want to help you to make a link between what we did before and what we're going to do now. Okay. So before here we have a index. We have an index.html, correct? And then here we have a JavaScript CSS here. So just copy this. Just copy this CSS. Okay. So just copy this CSS file, and then go back to your React project, and then we'll place it there. And then before here we have all these things, right? We have all these things. I will just copy everything here, and then I'll go to my index.js. I'll remove all this. Okay, so now we go back to what we have previously. So what I did is, this index.html is what we had previously. Okay, before we start the whole React thing. So I copy the CSS file into index.html. I copy it here, and then the code here, I copy everything and put inside index.js and paste it here. And then with that, our code should behave like it before. Okay, I think it's better you guys need to do this before I start explaining.
So yeah, you should. What is a goal here now is we will do until you can have this open at the localhost 3000. Okay. So what you need to do is first you need to do the create app. Then after that you need to transfer your code into this variable. Okay. Who already done the create app? Okay. Yeah, you guys proceed.
So copy the CSS and put that to your CSS. So, what is that? So you should have this plugin yeah. So the only two things you alter right now is the relationship CSS. CSS is not
So this is humans. So this is a
yeah, right. ReactJS, good better, script just not that first message.
You're using the Wi-Fi.
Delete everything.
So the detection of
This one is in your, this is the index HTML, not in your React PDF. This. Yeah. Okay, where's the scroll up there? So you need to paste this CSS. So yeah, first the previous index is the whole link.
The index of JS, just copy it.
Yeah, just put it on. Basically, I copy everything. So whenever it's a script, I change HTML files, I just copy it out.
I think so. I guess. Yeah.
And also open the we actually landing in laptop. Let's say the user is it's like a visual set data.
Why you work on it? Yeah.
Because that's for me my exception, right? A lot of things override. I didn't yesterday and year override each other. Diego. Diego. Diego is your.
I thought there was a bigger number.
You have to use the methodology.
Yeah.
Right.
This also,
Yeah.
this is that.
But I don't see the because of you need both.
But this is general thing. Any this is
All the snippets are so when you press that one, then you just press.
yeah, there are some this one, but there are so many.
Well, this one doesn't override this one.
This complaint it detects automatically whether it's a it can detect.
No, because I thought they already have built in JavaScript snippets. Let's say how to do a for loop. This is JS. Not getting the for loop already.
Yeah, can right? You can use any of this.
There you go.
Sometimes it goes really handy
No, because it's not the first line.
sometimes you write and then you get so it's not control specific. Then you can choose this.
Okay, I have to check on something.
You know what?
What is on the first? Crazy. Yes, so
This is because I installed before. It's also installed. But what should happen when you install a different
yeah, they
sometimes
no, people struggling to actually override one another.
and they will come in the list.
Oh, but then so you have to toggle.
Yeah, let's if you root there, let's say if you root there,
Yes.
but if you do like this, because it's coming from another, this is from other plugin.
Oh, okay, so you have to entities be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Or otherwise, press them. Just click. Just click for the list. So you can choose. Let's say CLE by right. Yeah, by the transfer. And same thing they can get from the long. I don't know that. You can install
All the extensions.
which one is it?
Some
The
are
best
pretty-
one is this. This is the best.
Yeah, the ES7.
ES7. Yeah. The search for PS7 settings.
Oh, you know there's one called settings.
Is the best.
There's one called settings. Where you share all your settings.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, shouldn't see a level. But your levels. Because honestly,
Yeah. See now, yeah. This is.
I already installed it.
Yeah. No.
this one, the thing is not so good.
I already installed it.
But the thing is, this is like it depends. It's not used. You just highlight the
Oh, yours is just
syntax. So it's not. It's not that.
oh yeah. Mine is really.
Just cancel the ES7.
But I already installed it.
Then you already have. No, otherwise you have course. This is just let me guess.
No, this one as well is just for taxes, sometimes taxes. But it's limited to games.
This one is also. But
Next one, ask me whether you want this or that.
actually what happens when you open any file like this, this report gives you it. Let's say when you open that as you give you the okay.
I think I already installed it.
Let's say I open a certain file.
No, you also expect.
Yeah. So that's why you see so many.
Yeah, I think that is discussing about this.
I create my own and then use this one.
No, because I was actually trying to use Wikia, but then Wikia they do these things for quick like early practice where they always spend right? So that one you have to manually configure.
No, I think it will a lot of time it don't let you do so much customization.
Yeah, no, because that's this auto
Yeah.
like that's this template where you say if you format it, let's say, and then you just like bring all your objects.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like manually format how to make only when it's more than one object, then you bring it down.
I don't think it's we did try to be standard. Yeah, they're trying to be standard. That's why you can configure like how long your page can be. Yeah. Or single code, double code. But you don't let you configure so many things. If you want so many customization, you don't configure.
Yeah, you utilize something I installed one plugin that the thing is sometimes hopefully you can say and give you one right.
We have like divided by
I need to check it over next time. Because my previous session I installed I have the application called but some people think there's too many configuration not huge distance.
Everyone is using this.
I mean, before I get it. I mean, some people they're already practicing and they're waiting for somebody to use them.
Especially you need this. Like, no, the thing is like disabled it already.
Yeah, I don't really use
Only ones are damaged. No, because my friends say just so we actually use.
you didn't have any time to.
Because here Wi-Fi is protected.
Yeah.
Just I also use that one.
Right now, I disabled it.
My workaround. If you're not, because it's actually they will try to, even though you are disabled, it's still going to. Yeah, yeah. There is.
We see whether it's actually solid. Because the way it's just was installed yesterday and it's only limited to installing the 3D devices. So I'm not sure it's not wrong whether it gets back to the device.
Trying to find workaround.
I use this.
Oh yeah.
During this time, we already go to.
It's what
You plan. No. There's
Okay, for those who haven't installed, I have a workaround for you. How to Okay, so go to this URL. For those that still not able to install, go to this URL.
make it bigger.
you want to do this. Recently used.
Yeah, if you cannot install, go to this URL.
Oh, obviously you can bring this.
No, he just only gave me yesterday, so I think he did just.
No, daily you bring this.
Oh, this is a new. But this is my friend's.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's because he said we wanted to review the reviews.
Meetup. I'll paste the link in the meetup, so you can grab it there. So if you're able to open this URL, what I want you to do is you click the fork button. You click the fork button means you will create a version of yourself. And then you just delete all this file, delete everything here except the index.js. Yeah, delete everything except the index.js. So delete.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, everything
isn't non-production. So it's your
and then you can do what we did, which is copy paste the whole file. And then you can see here, okay? Yes. Yeah, yes. No, except the React and very yes.
Yeah, actually, we have no like that HPO. Very HPO
was remind.
because we moved 3 over city.
You are open to use the internet. It's safe.
Yeah.
Right. What's that do?
We use the user speed of internet.
Yes.
So considering access to the software you produce because we don't.
Yeah, so you just you call both transfer and trying to get reach a video, we have only more music,
But no, that's uploading, that's different. Your upload speed, your load speed.
yes. So we install the choice is time. I don't know. We have access. We have the we have the there's a lot of
Yeah.
I'm also using the
because I like I mean, I'm using mobile, so I have free. In mobile unlimited. I'm using mobile unlimited. But it is unlimited. There's a certain benefit that you can use.
So it wasn't a good thing. Just came on, and then I haven't installed it already.
Okay, yeah. 4.
Let's say user
Actually, that one is really good. That one is very serious. When you convert it, it's quite expensive. Like I do it for like maybe like this one my friend for 4.5K. This one is about like 3-4 years old. It's still pretty good. Yeah, but it's I don't know. I feel like yeah. But those are so bulky. That's why they're so easy. One reason why I bought it, I'm not sure. But I think that it's very good. Also because the thing is I don't need to game it. Mine is just I just need to go around. This one is 60 when was the last time you back to get reformatted? When is the last time you reformatted? Or you never before?
When I go like in school, even I graduate also.
For me, I like to keep. I think this one only has 3 apps. Like even my personal laptop only has 3 corners and then 1 cable.
Here I can't even I when you develop things on
Everyone says like, oh, that's not coding, that's also approach it.
that's okay, but like this the same but then you but if you have PC, you can have same size. You can see, here you see suddenly small and then right small. So I remove like this one. 20,000. 20,000. Oh yeah, like already yeah, really. I agree that it's and that is having like 50 GB RAM. When his username is written like API, so many places it was just also very like quick or
Okay.
Okay, I decided I will just use for sandbox, and I will not solve any issue related to you are not using sandbox anymore. So if you are already using sandbox, you just use. Okay, so so now Okay, what React app does is actually it will help you to create a React project, okay, with all the configuration, okay. So all this configuration is another lesson to learn, okay. So if you're interested, actually I have a version 1 of this workshop. You can look into it. Okay, we'll configure what is Webpack, what is Babel, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's fine. Means it's not important for you. Okay, so so what we just did, right? We have a HTML file in a script file. Okay, so everything inside a single file. But now what we does here is actually now we copy all our code here, all our code into this index.js. Okay, and then this create React app by default it will always take your file inside the source folder with your name index.js, and it will load it into your HTML file. So what I'm trying to say is, you look at here, you can inspect this browser. So same thing, we have a root, then we have a title bar, we have a movie container, right? Just like what we had previously. And then you look at all the things at the bottom here. So what are these? These are actually the files that you write, and then it will auto inject for you. Okay. So this is what the toolings that React app does. It helps you to auto inject code into your HTML, so you don't need to manually do it. Okay, but all these are the tooling. It's not the React part. So the React part here is we have an add component. Inside the add component, then we have a movie component, and then a title bar div. So we have title bar div, 3 movie components, and then here we have movie component. Okay. So now what we did now and previously is no difference. Instead of one single HTML file, now we have a index.js, and then we have a HTML file. Okay. So where is the HTML file? The HTML file is actually inside the public index.html. So this is the index.html file. Okay. So then you may ask, since this is the same as previously, why we need to use these toolings, wasting so many time install, right? Wasting everyone's time. But one difference between the previous one is previously we need to add the unpackage.com React link. Now we don't do that anymore. So now what we do? What we do is actually now we import here. Means now we have a more structured way of organizing our JavaScript code. So in this file, we said import React from React. It means, right, in this file, I will going to use React. So where we use it? Here. Yeah, I think I need to change the themes a bit hard to see. Reference. This one? No. Editor. Okay, this is better to see. Okay, so now we have a React and React DOM. Okay, so this is more structured way because now we are saying this file I need React and React DOM. Okay, and now you see here in this file we actually have 3 parts. We have a movie component, then we have an app, then we have a React DOM render. Okay, technically these 3 are different. So using a tooling like React app, actually we can split our JavaScript. Okay. So how do we split? Is we will split into different files. So now I think movie is something that should be separate. Then I will need to split it. So inside this source folder, I will create a new folder. I will call it components. Okay. I will call it components. And then inside here, I can create new file. I'll call it movie.js. Okay, so I create a new file movie.js inside the components. So what I'm going to do is I will copy this file into my movie. Okay, now it's showing some error. What is the error? Because just down here we say we need React, right? And then we use it. But here we didn't import React. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import React here. Import React from React. Okay. And then now we have a movie, but it's only inside this file. So we need to let other file to use it. So in JavaScript, what we do is we write the keyword export. So here it means this file, I need a React. Okay, I need React for this file to run. And then now here I use it. And then when I export is, okay, let other file can able to use this movie. So in this index, what we're going to do is, because now we move to the file already, so we don't need movie. What we're going to do is we'll import from okay. Then our code still runs. So curiously, everything okay. Now I move the code into this file component of movie.js, export, and then other file to use it is using the import statement. Similarly, the app is I want to split it also. So I will create inside the app, inside the folder, I call it app.js. Why are you showing me error? Okay. Similar, I cut and paste my code here. Now it's done. There's no result from where. And here, there's no movie, right? It doesn't know why it's just import. Not install the app anymore. Okay. Okay, I will. This is called add component, but you should call it add if you can. So or import React from React, import movie from movie. Then I will just import from add component. So my code still works. Okay. So what's the difference between previously? Previously, I throw all the files into a single file, which is index.js. Now using this import export, actually I can organize my file better. So now the file, the query app is still go to index.js. When you go to index.js, you'll see, okay, this file, it needs three things. It needs React DOM, it needs app. Okay, so it will go to grab all those files. Okay, so it will, this tool, it will get it from the npm. Then this one, it will get it from, it will look at here, oh, dot something. So this is, what does it mean? This is a file next to me, so which is add component. So it will go to this file, and then, oh, this is the add. So, and then it go to this file, you'll see again, okay, this file need what? It need React and movie. Okay, so you see it need movie, then it will go to this folder, and it will go to this file and grade. So previously is, we manually put everything in a single file, and then for it to work. Now we use this import export, so that these toolings will help us to like concatenate them together. Yeah, so this is one of the benefits of using those toolings. Because when I started doing web development, it's really like I have a single file with more than 2,000 lines of code. Yeah, everyone just change their file, so it's not maintainable lah. Because then by splitting this, then everyone can work on their code, and then everything will just merge together later. So now this is what I want you to do, like split your files into 3 separate sections, as most of you already doing. But just, I'll give 5 minutes just in case somebody have. Everyone stay quiet.
Oh, yeah, Docker. We use Docker mostly.
So this needs something complicated. But in region, it's like revolutionary. So there are usually they don't have much about that. There are like some of it better than the there is some people like ReactJS, some other things. You should be the biggest issue is create context, just finding even you have even you are creating an app, you have to write again and again the same thing. This you have to write something and for proving that this you create and then you saying it you have to think if you mistake in the expressing everything and yeah, in the structure something it will look like object. These pixels integrate itself like object. So when you see my course, let's say you see my when you use this without this so I mean something like mix. But this is why they use this. Because it's called movie. Because this is used for content. They use this. They use this for the context. Sometimes so that's why we like function. That's why we use it. But now I think they are also they are called that's the thing. Maybe you can with so this is
Or even the station. First, they want you to stay.
but again, it's a new
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you that keep getting error and don't know how to figure out what's wrong, right? Okay, I give you a hack. I give you a hack. So now you can see here in this model front end page at the bottom there's a transfer file to project, right? So you can just open this. Okay. So you will go to my GitHub. Okay. If you don't know what is GitHub, no worries. What you need to do is you just click browse files here. And then here is how your code looks like. So you can just go to the source folder, index.js, and then you copy paste. and then you can just go to the app.js, then you can copy paste. Okay? Yeah, in case you are stuck. Yeah, don't move. And then you go to components, then the movie.js, then you copy paste. Then everything should work.
Okay, I think last session before.
That's why I'm stuck. That's why I feel good. I cannot check. Now I cannot check.
Okay, okay, if you getting the error, cannot find export, cannot resolve file, it's most likely is your file folder issue. Like your naming convention wrong or different. Okay, so now I want to teach you one more thing. So now this is what I do, right? In add component, I do export function add, okay? And then inside index.js, I use this syntax, import bracket add from add component. So there's another syntax allow you to do this. Like you no need to have the bracket, you just do this, import add from add component, okay? But how to do that is inside your add component, you need to do something called export default. So when you export default, people can just use this syntax to import your function, okay? So the naming is this kind of export, like export a specific stuff is called name export. Means when you export, you give you a name, and when people use it, it need to use this name. And this one is called default export. Means when people use your file, they no need to do the bracket. They can just name it whatever they want. So they can call it like movie app. It still works as long as inside the file they use the same name. Yeah, so this is called default export. You just need to import the file and then you just name it whatever you want. Yeah, because just now I didn't show you because I don't want to confuse you. But some people, I realize some people they use this syntax without realizing it needs you to default export here. Yeah. So which one is better when you use default export? Which one you name export? Some people say if you have single export, then you use export default. You have multiple, because you technically you can export other stuff. You can export like constant, something 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can export multiple stuff from the file. But my personal take is always use name export, because I don't see any benefits of using a default export. So I will still use name export. Okay. Okay, so now we still have what we previously before. But this part, what I'm going to show you is JSX. So why JSX is special syntax introduced by React. Because that's how when we write the code, now you look at our movie. So this is our code, right? Movie, create element, div, movie container, and then all this stuff. Actually, what we want is a HTML, right? We want a div with a class movie container, and then we want a h1 HTML tag. So React guys say, since you actually want HTML, right? So instead of writing this ugly stuff, let's just write HTML inside JavaScript. So we will just comment this out, and then we will write JavaScript. So you want a div, so we write a div. Okay. And then you want a class name, so we write a class name. Movie container. So now inside here you want a h1, so we will just write h1. Now inside the h1 you want a prop cider. Okay. So this is a inside JSX, right? This is something that say, okay, you should run this as JavaScript. Because if you don't put this special bracket, what it does is it will say, okay, this is a string, I will show props title. But you don't want props title, right? You want a value of props title. So for you to do that in JSX, what you do is add a curly braces. And then now h2 props release. Yeah, so now it still works as before. But what is a good thing about JSX is this is, you look at here, this is what is our HTML output. And this is our code. You can do a very visual comparison, right? So this is what is the benefits of JSX. But under the hood, actually, it is just like what we did before, which is React.createElement. Yeah, it just helps you to do the translation of React.createElement to this HTML. Okay, so similarly, we can do in here, then we can do add component as well. Now here we want a div. Now let me just. So actually, I want a div, right? So I want a div. So I will create a div. And then inside this div, I want a div with a class name title bar. So div class name title bar. And then inside here, I want a h1 React app. React movie app h1. Yeah, I'll just comment this out. Okay. So now we write this, then we have this. And then at the bottom here, we have 3 movie components. So movie component. And then now here we pass out the title. Previously we pass out as an object like this. In here, then we just do it like HTML way. We pass it a title, then Aquaman. Okay. Then release state. Then you just pass it to this. Okay. So same, the code is the same, right? Because under the code, it will still transform your JavaScript to React.createElement. But now our code is so much easier to read, right? You can know there's a div title bar, inside there's a movie component. Okay. So one special thing about JSX is you need to be aware of is if your component is lowercase, like lowercase d, then this is a HTML tag. But when it's a uppercase, like n, means this is a React component. Yeah. You must name your React component start with uppercase. So same, I'll just create 2. So Aquaman, Superman, and X-Men. Ta-da! Yeah. So this is JSX. So I will complete first, then before I let you guys go. So remember, JSX is just React.crack element. So in actual world, we don't, in real world project, we don't write React crack element. We always write JSX. So you go to the index.js. Here actually we also have React crack element, right? So what you can do is you can just put it at the JSX. Yeah. So everything is JSX. It just now. Previously I used props. Now we use props to put into a movie, and then inside this movie, then we get the title. It doesn't work. Yeah, we use props, then we get the title. So one of the things in React is you can always split your component into smaller one. So for example, here title bar, you may think, hey, I don't want to write title bar every time I have a title bar. So you can say, I want it to be a component. So you can just create a file. Let's call it title bar. So I have title bar. So inside this title bar, similar, because now we are writing React, we will just import React from React. Then I will export title bar. So what is title bar? You look at here, title bar actually is a div and h1. So let me just copy paste here. So this is my title bar. And then inside my app component, now I can just import from title bar. Title bar. And then I can just replace the whole thing. Title bar. So now it still works. Yeah, so React is like you can just split whenever you want. Because when you see your component is too long, because there's too much details, then you abstract it away. Okay, but this title bar is actually pretty stupid again, right? Because it always React movie ad. What if I have another title? So in React props, there's a just now we say the React crack element. First one is your tag. Second is your properties. Third one is what? What is the third one? Children, right? So children is what is inside your tag. So we can enhance our title bar to use a special props called children. Okay, and then we will just put it here as children. So what is this title bar means is when you call this title bar, I will show this div, and then what you put within me, I will just put inside me. So when you go to app component, how you use title bar is this. You have a title bar, you have an open and close tag, and then what you put in the middle, these two tags, the title bar will put it within it. Yeah, so this is one way how we compose React component. Like sometimes you just want to render a container, and then inside people put what, you just show up. So how we do this is using this props called children. Yeah, so now our app component looks like easier to understand because you have title bar, you have 3 movie component. Okay. Anything else? Let's see. Okay. So one thing about the props special thing is the children. Then now I want to we want to create another component called button component, which we will use later on. So same, we will import React from React. We'll export button. So remember, React component is always a function. So I will return a button. Okay. So let's try to use it. Let's try to use it now. Import button from component button. So I will put it here. Let's say button. Hello. Okay. You can see that weird thing there, right? Why is it there? Now let's inspect. So it's a button with empty, nothing inside. But inside here, I already put hello there, right? Why the hello is not shown? Because you look at the button, it actually show nothing, right? So how to show the text? Put button. Because what is inside here for the button is what? Is a children, right? What is inside is a children. So we can use children. So the button will show children. Okay. Now our hello is showing. And I want my button to look nice, so I will add a class called button. So our button looks nicer. But let's say, tomorrow some other guy come again. He say, I want your button have an ID. Can you have an ID? And he said, fine, of course can, right? So inside our app, I will add an ID. So ID, hello button. And then let's look at our HTML. There's no ID. Why? Because in our button component, we never has ID, right? You see here. When people pass ID, what does it mean is it will pass out here. But currently, are we using this? We are not using it, right? So you may think, okay, I need to add an ID here. I need to add an ID here. And then tomorrow someone come again, then you want to add something else again. You have to do this again, which is very tedious, which is programmer hates it. So what we do in JSX, we have special things called spread. Okay, what does it mean is tag everything and just put it there. So I'm going to show you how the spread word is. Our button still is a props, tag a props. And inside here, what I'm going to do is I'll put ... props. Okay, this special syntax in JSX means you take this, whatever people put here, and then throw it here. Okay, so now you look at our hello. Now we have an ID. And in your app component, actually, whatever you put, it will still there. So I can put like data stupid true. Then you look our button. You will still have the attribute, right? So this is a special thing in JSX, which is called spread. You just people give you one, then you just throw one. Okay. So I think that's it for this section. What I want you guys to do is just convert all your code into JSX, normal React. Okay, is it? I think after this we'll have a break. Anything to eat here? Like where is the restaurant? It's downstairs.
Downstairs, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the no food provided because this event is not sponsored. Except the Sauce 24/7 very nice sponsor the venue. But food you have to self-pay lah. Yeah. We will come back at 1:50. Okay, we'll come at 1:50. Yeah. Same here. Here at the end of the component and props page, you have this link. Okay, this octopus, cute octopus. Then here I will show you exactly what has changed. You can see like this is changed. Then I create this file. Yeah. So you just go to those octopus link, then you know like what to change. Like I changed from React element to all those JSX. Okay, just use the octopus link to help you. You guys are colleagues, is it?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you use React here?
Yes. For user, we use it for the app, which we have for the web.
Okay. Like your website, everything is React.
No, not website. Website we use WordPress, but most web apps. The language learning. So we have a language learning.
They have
Oh,
yeah.
So
okay.
we use VFM for that.
Then do you use Redux?
Yeah, we use with some immutable and Firebase also.
I thought Firebase is very expensive.
We're using the mix.
I think we are using some free and
Yeah, some free, some we use the base.
development free and
Base you can do.
Yeah, pay as you go, but your usage high, then it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So your toolings, do you configure your own webpack or you just use React?
Previous code is like that. That's what I was thinking. So, is there any benefit you will say? The previous code, the previous version, already using that level compiling everything. But now we're thinking to migrate to React CRA.
Or it means if you
Because the older version still have that syntax code.
what do you mean old syntax?
Like where we use Babel and
Or you use React, you cannot customize so much. You cannot customize so much.
that's what I was thinking to ask. Like if you have a very big project and there's so much customization needed,
Yeah.
then which one should be?
Actually, if you ask me, React is for learning only. I always configure my own webpack.
So is that good? Right?
Yeah,
Because in that configuration sometimes so many mess.
I mean, if you know it, actually it's not that hard because React it is another exception. Sometimes they have some bug on their side, then it's so hard for you to.
Yeah, the CRA you cannot customize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we use
Yes. That is also one big challenge in like if you migrate it. Is already breaking actually. It's already breaking. If you use the React Native as yesterday we are doing, so it's not there. Because once you upgrade,
Check.
check bro.
So you want to eat now? You can eat now.
So you have to keep opening doors people. Yeah. But and I think you're so curious. I think you're so curious. Yeah.
Yeah, the student.
Okay.
So there's no law of this is a way to legal correct. And when you don't something is that so this is a sentence and then so if you ask this what you want to so keep yeah,
But we don't have but the thing is
yeah, something else. Then
you send but I also need to eat.
You can have a wall on you.
I mean, you guys, anybody, does anybody want to go out? Because I have the access key, but I cannot give it to you, right? So if anybody want to go out now, we can. If you
I will go now with my dog here.
do you have my number?
Children is always so this need is one. So then we this some changing this right this next one then we have this
So the things choose they want the first thing. Not like you use so this one they use the arrow here. When they get bigger instructions, they I don't know if they go this one is not going to use because it's already in there. You put a one time here, and you go in the Java, you put it so if they will be really easy, right? Because in PHP you can see ASP, they have the same. You put unique, you put that one.
Oh, I don't know. It's
There, ASP. I think this is we can leave it here, right? What Phoenix? These things.
But yeah, I just
Leave it, right?
okay.
You already this. Yeah.
yeah, so what we the student can explain you is that
Yeah.
yeah,
If you were you probably
but I think because
you should bring this.
performance as well. Yeah, if you don't, I should go. Okay. You go already? Anyone else has key letters?